set up our quadrants. Got a little crooked there. All right, isometric goes up here. Tape. Piece of tape. Isometric goes in the upper right. What goes up here? Did you say top? You're correct if you did. Front. And what goes here? That's correct, the right side. Alright, so now when you build this from linking cubes, take apart our old one. It's kind of like a U. Alright, so looks sort of like this. Okay, in the isometric view you see three faces. You see the top, the right, and the front. So remember the front is off to the left, top, right. Okay, so this should help you as you manipulate or change your views. So in isometric, the front view is off to the left. So if we start with the front view, we would position it like that. So we go from isometric, the front view is like off to the left here. So this is the front view, okay? So if we use 3 edges per cube, we'd have 9 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 9 across. And then we have 2 edges here, an edge line here and an edge line here. So I'll go in and add those edge lines. So the solid lines show edge lines for lines or edges that are visible. You'll need to be in the front view in order to see the top view. So you go from front to top view and it looks like an upside down U. I'll use some lines, some light lines or dotted lines to make sure everything lines up. Your top view should always. Hi everybody, this is part 2 of technical drawing, or a picture is worth 1,000 words. We left off with our first example of a multi-view sketch, or I guess technically our second example, but it is the first where you cut out from paper and you use the isometric and you complete the associated multi-views. So we completed the front view in part 1 of the tutorial. The front view. If we look at the isometric, a reminder that from the isometric view, the front is kind of like off to the left, the front view. So you have to position it like this. So from isometric, you position like that to get the front view, then from front you can get top. So let's move on to the top view. We had been using some dotted or lightly drawn lines to align or line up our front view and our top view. Once we have those in place, remember they're light or dotted, we can do the top view, which will look like that. We're going to disregard these lines that we see between the linking cubes because the linking cubes are being used to represent a solid object. If you look here, this is a solid piece. We're just using the linking cubes to represent this solid piece. So I will go ahead and do my top edge, which is 9 across. Then 1, 2, 3 down. I'll have 3 across, and then 3 across. Oops, and I made a mistake because that's not right. I have to go and erase that. It's actually 6 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 down, I can do 3. And then 3, and my left edge and my right edge, and then 3 in this inner cutout, and then 3 over here. So that's what you should have for your top view, and it lines up with the front view. And now for the right side view, if this is the isometric, the front is off to the left, the right side is off to the right. It's going to look like 2 cubes, but we are going to include a hidden line. The hidden line because there's a hidden edge over here. So from the right side view, I know you see this separation of the linking cubes, but over here that doesn't exist. But there's a hidden edge over here. And we'll use a dotted line to represent that hidden edge. So some light lines to line up my front view with my right side view. And then I can erase my lines for lining up came out a little dark, so I feel like that's maybe misleading. So I'm going to erase some of those alignment lines so it's more clear. And there's a hidden line between, which we would use a dotted line. And that is because from the right view, there's a hidden edge here. So from the right view, there's this hidden edge. So we use a dotted line there. Okay, so this is what a completed multi-view sketch would look like with the isometric. The top view lines up with the front view lines up with the right side view. And you are set to go on and create multi-view sketches for parts B, C, and D. You'd cut these out, use more graph paper, and set up your quadrants. Use linking cubes to build them, and practice your multi-view sketches. Please make sure you remember to have the sketches line up, both vertically and horizontally. And you remember to include edge lines where there are visible edges and hidden lines where there are hidden edges. Remember to collaborate with one another and check in with your group members. And I hope you enjoy technical drawing.